Alright, so we're here, right? In Rutherford, New Jersey, right? And it's like this hurricane, right? It came out of nowhere, this Irene. She's crazy. She's a crazy woman, this Irene. You know what I mean? She just came with a hurricane. She even came threatening she was going to bring her brother a tornado called Ralph. It was ridiculous. You know what I mean? A lot of crazy things happened. She took my guitar. She just messed my guitar up. Anyway, Shiva Boom Boom, Belay and all that. You know, and what do you got to say about this interesting experience, Alfie? I mean, Eric?
Kuloleva. Kuloleva. You know, man, I don't know what to say about this, but it feels like I'm in the campo and shit, man. I don't know, because out here we by the fire, we got taken out by the boat, and we was in the river, okay? We was going through the river.
We were swimming in the river. We were swimming.
Swimming in there, bro. Swimming in the river, okay? And the last thing I thought was that this river was gonna overrun and our house was gonna be in the river. It's crazy. It's just insane. So, but to me, it's like, even though I underestimated the storm and left a bunch of my stuff in the basement, it's all gone, but it's okay. It's alright, because this experience to me is like the experience of a force greater than myself that's beautiful, but at the same time, está loca. Ese Irene, está loca. Let me tell you something.
Irene is crazy. She's out of her mind. You know what I mean? You know, it's like everyone talks about the goddess, but the goddess don't play games. You know what I mean? The goddess is not here playing games. If she plays, that's all right. But usually, you know, if you get her angry, you know, it's like she's temperamental. What can I say? That's an aspect of the goddess that people don't understand. You know what I mean? You got to go with the flow. And the lesson is not to hold on. I mean, you can cherish things, and you know that's normal. But if you hold on to things, thinking that things are the essence of what you are, then you just like out of your mind. You know, and nature is always going to come and remind you. Mother Nature is always going to come and remind you. Whatever name you call her, she's always going to come and remind you what the real deal is. You know, and some people freak out, and that's okay to a certain extent, but you know, you should freak out about certain things, not about like objects, even if the objects be considered sacred, because the most sacred thing is, everyone knows this, but somehow it doesn't get into their minds. The most sacred thing is just your being, your spirit, yourself. You know, that's the most sacred thing. You know, and so a lot of people think, they say to me, you know, you're talking all this Shiva stuff, you know, but you're not from India and this and that, but you don't follow all these regulative principles, blah, blah, blah. And all I got, what do you have to say about that, Eric? When people say to me, I'm asking you for advice. When people say that stuff to me, like, or even they're not from India, they're just religious people who say, oh, well, you're saying all these names that we own. We own these concepts.
Yeah.
But look at you. You're like a knucklehead. Give me some advice, please.
All right, Shivaji.
Kulodeva.
Shivaji, Kulodeva says, just like this fire, okay? Just like this fire. This fire, everybody can start a fire, okay? Everybody can start a fire, and that's their fire, right? That's Agni. Agni is available to everyone. Agni is something that everyone can go ahead and access. But that's not even Agni. That's not Agni. You know? That's just a fire. That's like a representation of it. You know? But the real fire is here. In la corazón. That's the real fire. The real fire is right here. Like you're saying, your spirit, your being. That's the real passion, the real Agni. And that nobody owns, you know? Nobody owns, nobody can just access that. Everybody can access it, but nobody can just access it like this fire. you know. But everybody has the potential to be able to burn that fire, to kindle that fire, to really experience it. But it's not as easy as just throwing sticks into a pyre and lighting it up. Just like it's not as easy, you know, to identify with nature when we're identifying with the things that the nature is taking over. You know, if the nature gets rid of our stuff, if Mother Nature comes and gets rid of all of our things and we identify with our things, then we wipe our whole identity. Leaves, it gets wiped out because we don't know what we're supposed to identify with. But what we identify with is something that can't get wiped out. It's something that should be there with Mother Nature.
Something that can't be wiped out.
Something that can't be wiped out.
Our immortal soul, our immortal self, you know? It's like catastrophes, and if we survive catastrophes, should be there to inspire us to remember, right?
Yeah.
What the important thing is,
Yeah.
what we should really be focusing on and anchoring ourselves in. That's the important thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what yeah, you're right. You're right. And people just don't get it. They just don't get it.
Because no matter what, if you have that, it doesn't matter what thing happens in the world, you're always going to have that. And that will always triumph and overcome anything, any expression of that. Whether it's a hurricane or a fire, you know, it's a force that's greater than self, and it's something to be recognized within the self, as the self. It's the same thing.